but Vitinha mo de no o 10 no a obetimi aboa me kakra.
Yes, technique ni 70 na hoden ni 30.
Oh na de no.
Oni ahoden sa. But the technical qualities no was true.
E ho na Busquets nam sa mo kwan no. Na o hwe Caicedo mo de ne dia obetimi ayere waje ball. Ba ball kura no wontumi ma yere na nje sa.
Okay.
Michel Ballack mo de ne bia. He can bully you. Or decide so about Congo from. But when he has the ball, wontumi bully ne sa. Michael Essien mo de ne bia. Madam for Musa Dembele mo de ne bia. They are tough on the ball. They're very resilient without the ball. Okaso wo chesiwa. They are almost all the time am ko from obakangu. And two, naturally and characteristically, I'm taba box no late. Or ta arrive. Okay, Lampard pass to Essien no. Na Lampard ewo head of Essien kakra. No actually. And when you go to no so tie long ranger. Na Busquets ni Vitinha mo de o won tan hye bi kra. Wo te so ahye gwa ya na wa papa. Vitinha Busquets no Pilo mo no. Madam for Pjanic. These guys they don't score. They make the game for you. Omo opposite Casemiro mo. And into Madrid Cruz will make the game for Madrid. But Casemiro be there.
Bunya.
To the piano. Say Ramos you know the next player wa foul Messi Parker say or Real Madrid Casemiro. Because Modric, you see Modric more two than him say no church or church dia no try number 10 na game no say obefa ball dia ba no crowd no achieve go. So Casemiro is so different line. So this guy is an all-rounder. And Komoyi, I mean, say Mikel Kase were the best holding Odibim. Now also you see the term holding here. So say holding. Over package shape. Now the Homana Asenka ko bo eponasea. Na anko na ko share wenum. Shape no ahomanu go a enko ba bia. Jonna anko team no. But Pjanic, Pilo, Busquets, mo de from a deep lying playmaker. On your holding. Deep lying playmaker. Meaning say you playmaker but deep. Because naturally playmakers no advance. Number 10 for no. Number 10 for Bruno Mono anymore. But because we deep lying, meaning say they number 10 yen or yeah. But we deep. I want Frankie De Jong so no. And it's not different from Caicedo. No? They make the game from deep. But this guy is an all-rounder. So, we know, many Mikel Yajiana paper.
Oh, okay. Whoa. May I say, Meza, my memory, Nafi, into you.
Now, we have a story about Michael Olise.
Not to me.
And Mo Salah. Sanko, Muji 2 years and Konan Kebabe replacing Mo Salah with Liverpool. I say, at the back, I'm a Hunu of football, Mupane, say, we replace a different player. It's not all about the potential, the talent you have, but it's about the character. Sebi, if we are saying we may natural say Obia on a boafo, and Obia woni pa on a net na bobra, it me money tumpong. Tina o waria ono yire net wo mo bobra en kasa bako bobra. Mumi no nyina o se so boafo no yire. Serebe obusu mu amo aboa. Me hu ni say Michael Olise ye boafo. Only main character. Whenever you are bringing in someone to replace Mohamed Salah, you are bringing in someone who can literally become the face of the club and become the main character, just like Mo Salah.
Now, to say the end, you discuss, no, see, and so Muji Salah studio the amount Florian vet. Then you listen about Boafo said the Okano.
There are certain duties are fancy, about naturally. Untimi share obim fan shenecom. There are people who are born with it. And Satian Wunina and Yepe Obiana ni Shebre. And they said the ACTI. But a mum said the ACTI will be no cophobid naba. I also who say the Pacrona and the Banny bit me contain the pressure. And the Pacrona all free hono or the Nebeshawana Babe. Michael Olise to me, if we ask Musia, me not here Cassie. So Cassie mean me top 3 right wingers or more sora. Or no man number 1 or beba number 2.
Top right wing.
See ya me no woka say you.
Okay.
And ya mrepemu.
Yes.
Me no woka season ye prim koma me no wudi ye. Woka se me top 3 right wingers we wi ase a. So anya wana obeye 2. because bono oboba sisi ano so numbers abanafa sanko Crystal Palace and nanke him say born na obo but numbers ni ense dey hu ni bebre sa but then obo game ni nyina and there's a lot of acceptance e wo wi ase nyina say Bayern Munich nankasa dia tum say it is one of the best signings of my year am so mo dai o man susu sa da e ka we di ate and they are trying to find their Iron Robin and Frank Ribery in Akoda way and Luis Diaz. In Liverpool, the extension of Mohamed Salah might have given them hope, but in the long run, they might be asking questions as to the direction of Liverpool. Because they say the whole Liverpool setup is not centered around Mohamed Salah again, despite the fact that Mohamed Salah and the main character of this Liverpool team. But then they coach na djuma na wo ye na kire se ye kwa ye nim na ye hwe future ni dia a wo se ye aso de ni di mama bi ebi na wo ka Florian Wirtz de no fancy Florian Wirtz only the capacity to become the main man for Liverpool, not in terms of talent, not in terms of quality, but I think the character some of these main parties in the bar on board no onibi
no na e fane.
You see fancy where Anameka said there are certain things you are born with it. Salah, Virgil van Dijk who is a naturally born leader. If anyone be in kon Cristiano Ronaldo obi nkan kire wo who na no say yes Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Look at these guys. Florian Wirtz is really talented. Quality no, but some of these traits that comes with being the main man and the expectations how to carry it on your shoulders. No, fancy menya sure. Fancy menya sure kra. Menya sure so betimi this adwuma no. Menya sure betimi. So in Liverpool's sense, no, just maybe in the next future. Then what do you Michael Olise ba? He is going to be there to help you to make sure that what did they mention as no? But it is still remain whether who is going to be the main character for Liverpool at the end of the day. But those things, no fancy, it takes a different breed to make sure so betimi achieve this at the end.
I say Keisha Nicholas say Isak should be the poster boy after Salah's exit. He is their next Torres Suarez.
Isak say team meeting say Newcastle United. Obey main man. But the expectation at Liverpool and the expectation at Newcastle United are totally different. Akoda ba ko mo team ni mo am hu so betima fasa so ban pa kitiki.
Hugo.
Me na me catch it. That boy is a superstar or consistent kakra bia. E de nyoma kakra bi talent no ho a. Oh. He has the aura to be the character and the main man you need in your team.
I am a bamming phobia.
What did you mention as no? Bausa. I feel I say be ye be me and kakra. E Premier League him.
Obedience. I want to say. To say be nan carry aso na.
E say be no me the be kakra. I feel na ho de be me. What did you mention? But is he expectations now was Salah so Liverpool in your man fancy so. Imagine every season, everyone is expecting you to score 25 goals, 30 goals. Ellen Haaland, if you even have a mid-season like 10 goals, 15 goals, which is normal for KBA could be both different team and normal man. Oh, who is say we are floppy. Then Mbappe best 20 goals for Real Madrid in the league. Normal for any Benya case is selling form above form.
And when they cover 43, no.
So the standard you set for yourself, Hurricane now, 15 goals in a season. Yeah, season in Banari. Van Dijk, share. Oh, Fuzzy, is it the standard you set for yourself? What is it? The standard you set for yourself and the aura you build for yourself, no? And on the team, Bia. Sakatama Putu, Sakatama Pete.
Shake it to the max.
Shake it to the max. We can clearly see you. Everybody in the bar. Is it? Even as you see on Real Madrid stories in the beto, we say Erling Haaland. Actually, Madrid go back to how the squad is even being managed by Xabi Alonso. In the last few days, last week, there's been stories about Jude Bellingham, Krampus Unya. Obe exploited another opportunity.
Premier League, you know.
You see, the main character syndrome, fancy. Sometimes, yeah, but when you be brave, team must to be a hard drink. I don't think Real Madrid can keep Vinicius Junior, keep Mbappe, keep Bellingham. No more the Haaland abe come. Omuntimi. Obi catch him said the Galactico era. Yenya Ronaldo. Ubinya top players. Even at the point in time, no more good team now with team ade. That is why Real Madrid is Real Madrid. I agree. But we are in a certain generation where our football management assistant said their football assistant. Said the Nkulano yetiti hu omo fa ball mono. Assistant eche first no. First what they mention as no. And then there is more internet to see whatever that is happening. Now the Nkulano mabano krampo who branding never branding is serious than even the olden days. They are not players visiting hu omo. And then atade obeshe. Boot on the ball. So a captain Samad called the born in Sacrano, Pesibi be free muba. Emmanuel Matimiku the man. Haaland to where he is the king. Oh, Manchester City. In Real Madrid. Kylian Mbappe is the king. We be catch yourself Vinicius Junior, but fancy the mileage, the branding, the level of Kylian Mbappe do no. He's a big boy. In the Real Madrid setup, this will be an old players. That's what team man can make it. But you see, now me no work say prem where you didn't go away. The case will be a big boy with dressing room on ma. He's the captain of the French national team. Oje World Cup pro age is saying. But the number of goals I watch. Then the Real Madrid team the class here starting lineup. O my asese omuni nyina no. We players say na aka o my asese omo. Asu players no.
This is in class was shadow do chen omo.
What you say?
Not to me.
I didn't need changes now. No the can change one to na bench. Newton knows this kind of players. I didn't can change Mbappe so that na channel video shows more akra.
Newton say who player but say Mbappe was squad man there. Ya na be attack from the layman point of view.
Na me pedi coaching perspective go
the amount for attackers ye boni din kran san ya bogo keeper din no kra bibisa ho.
O say there be a boy line up for but there be start to coach ni team ansan ya bobo.
Well line up in the obebo
yeah. Training from Wednesday neighbor no. Training ekosu nyina no. The keeper na e me favor the final text striker you know. It even before line up rebebo no. Player bi nim say me start coach no say the pass message do start. Say e warm up no e slow coach ba ko gina chaka say asawe. Players ni nyina wo ho. Ba nya obi na warm up na hododo no be hawo. But player bi dey warm up. Wa nya ni yan follow procedure and now who so why slow keka kira. Who so start ebusebusa say medical team no physio no dey na hawe. But player bi on ma onya bi do no kra na makwa kumehim na yenko. Players be very important yeah.
And that is where Kylian Mbappe grew the brand Nakwakudu. So imagine in the dressing room, Vinicius too is also fighting from the South American part to come in to become the main man. Then there's Erling Haaland. Fancy. I think say
what hitting on the nail. Me and Sadio so emfa.
I know my be that.
Me and Zawe.
The may be a mene Newton the old comedy me for as no say. Baby Mbappe that said the entire discuss so free rings aba. Sir to say proper nine no and once na Haaland so say oba it means I was saying Mbappe caught left side edgeman bread
Mbappe na
no Haaland so no be say Mbappe no so be edgeman ama Haaland say the can Salah there no
be more perfect example of the Bakubisi United Benya Tevez Ronaldo Rooney
Park Jin-sung
Berbatov Park Jin-sung busa on say the Tina Tevez Edia team no. See these things.
Ronaldo stand out.
Ronaldo
they are not gigs respect.
What did they mention?
Ronaldo big.
So in this instance, the big man in here or Real Madrid, Obiadia to me Mbappe.
Alonso wants to so.
Vini.
men sasano
okay
best bibia
best bibia we bia
so
wow Steve
oh but mama fa video we see hey Shadrack Messi mo pe like Libya for goalkeeper ni goal no konsi
man go na sha na mo bese mo kasa da me de man no Shadrack o
afanso so
na Libya shake Ved 3-1 and so mo we be can be 3-2 no mo 3-3 no
na yaw
ade won hu bi da
eh
won hu bi da me za we won hu bi da
na Libya bobo drum pempenso sa oni Kevede bobo
no a shane 3 no na omo bo qualifiers omo ha adwe o
fancy bo we dey
omo no we dey bibi wom no me say omo ntokra no omo yi ni krantia o
ana me ka say bo we Libya yere ne ho bo akobehye no bo bibi wom
and you for the dealers aka won no bibi
going there ofori dey anyway difference bebre
ofori dey anyway
difference bebre
you need time Steve Obrawa
difference bebre
o man so a kana me menko
yeah. A lot of interesting games in the bus on the continent, and the penultimate game will be a fight for a place at the FIFA World Cup, a global showpiece. Each and every footballer person occur. Nenra Egypt may qualify, and it has become the 4th time in their history. The Obibe Busa say a storied nation when we talk about everything football on the continent of Africa, Egypt, Sudan, Ethiopia. And then later, Ghana, Congo, Kinshasa, Guinea coming up or joining. It's the real African football and the history of African football. The Holy Trinity of Sudan, Ethiopia, and then Egypt. But Egypt and the oldest African football team are on the continent. And surprisingly, this will be their 4th appearance at the competition. Now 4th appearance here omunye Egypt nkoi enkoye de Morocco ayebi no onye de Cameroon akoye onye de Ghana aye at the AFCON but the lighthouse of African football so aye the Pharaohs of Egypt 7 trophies to their credit. So a team as dominant as Egypt adintina Egypt intiming and conquer the world, because that has always been the discussion and the conversation. To the point that even qualifying for competitions now are tough. Egypt and a lot of political instability in terms of allies here joining will be into a lot of the World Cup qualifiers. Egypt in their history are a draw. Into the reason Omo appear the most at the competition, despite the most successful African nation, I had the fact that Egypt, even with the AFCON 1975, they will withdraw because you who still competition, might be or money or money, so they will not come. So Egypt, was sad, history. Occur in the 1960s, the same thing happened with Egypt. At some point, they had allies with Syria or joining Egypt to the Turkey. They had those things into not consistency in your family. But the golden generation of Egypt from 2004 up to 2010. Sa squad, in fact, si Abubo Dini say Hosni, Ahmed Zidane, Wali Goma, Sam Hadri,
Ahmed Zaki no. Now, shed the quality of possess
every area on the field of play. Me who team are complete. It will be as a chair team in there. Sa team from 2006 dominated the AFCON. Every area, Ahmed Fati at the right. Check team no. I am pregnant with quality at every area. Omona intimi and qualified. Then Samuel Eto'o and then Didier Drogba. And then I hoisted the flag of Africa in Europe. But so is it about obsession with the African trophy? And say, if you claim to be the best in quotes, Europe from the continent of Africa, I didn't dominate the African continent. Because back then, not Cameroons who were a good squad. Jeremy Njita, Bumo, they were all there for this Cameroonian national team. Now I check it, Ivorian team. Didier Zokora, Aruna Dendani, Bakari, Koni Atabuka. they also had a quality squad. Almost went to me and then you come to Ghana. Also and me and Bibia the best I Ghana team with Muntari, Essien, Quincy, Owusu was to play third. And yes, I could be in 2010. It was the same Egyptian team. But the Mo Salah is different from the golden generation of Egyptian players. Because at some point, now you compare Abu Trika to Kaka. You feel so Omo no betima dominating Europe. Omo an person Omoko. But the reason they were that successful, they say no more it was almost like the Barcelona team. A real 2010 World Cup in the moment. That was the team Egypt had. But we didn't call World Cup on the door. But under the time of Mo Salah, although we go 2 World Cup, in the 4 World Cup in total, Egypt are Salah do go 2. There are certain players. I now show mu game na ultimu say also football reward omo. Ebini Hurricane dey. Na Hurricane to me and then a career without a trophy. Or Steven Gerrard. I was thinking football rewarded with the Premier League trophy. But fate and destiny had its way and then Senna Ekosi no. Mo Salah na ba at the time Egypt are not dominant on the continent anymore.
Davi.
That said, Omako 2 finals. One they lost to Cameroon, I think in 2017. Michael Ngaju, Benjamin Basugog, Christian Basugog, and
Christian Basugog, and Benjamin Mukanju.
I know much competition if you want to. Egypt bounced back again in 2019. The fierce rival time Egypt play and African players Eji Omudino, Sadio Mane and Senegal. They came again, almost the game no caught the wire penalties and they lost again. So share scenarios we now share Salah leading the chart, qualifying for the World Cup. And no say Abia back home. Send you 2 Messi no possibly be better because Rebecca say Hosni Mubarak ne Abu Trika they won us a trophy. At the end of Salah I want to show saying indeed in the annals of Egyptian football no, he has to be revered.
I say time Egypt will form no. Omo AFCON no continent yes. Dominate yet omo ntimi nko world. And time also be fan say omo need the golden generation no. I don't know ntimi qualify for the World Cup but omo ntimi nko Africa.
Yes. Omo qualify for Africa but omo ntimi nko. But here Egypt squad way pa there. Now you're very sincere with everyone. When your squad Abeka say I rich sir. Maka 2006 the end to 2010. Even with that, now Egypt had a consistent manager in Hassan Shiata. They had a consistent team and almost among themselves. And Sana Zidane called Dortmund, Ahmed Zaki, so called I think Wigan Athletic. Yeah, Wigan. So that is the story of Egypt. Now Mo Salah Sande Omako Bim. Papi de Menya, the Morocco for Akoye. Elsewhere with the Maghreb land, some competition. So Ghana and Nigeria the air. Okay. But the most important thing for me is I wish for Salah to win the AFCON trophy with Egypt. Because Niaoye, the Wayo Premier League, you know, at Debbie Beba, now he is the all-time top scorer of African footballers that World Cup qualifies in the history of the competition. Actually, the most goals. Yes. Now it's an elite list. Juan Uhunu, Didier Drogba, Samuel Eto'o. So for Obi and the game, no, Omodio no as a winger, or transiting Accra as a renowned goal scorer. I bet you these legends, no, everyone should tell you the level of Mo Salah. So I'm happy that Wasel lead Egypt beam for another World Cup. But this time around, if they are able to make it out of the group, I'll be pleased with the performance of Egypt.
Whoa. Maybe say I share a Black Star said na Yababa Shah Santoro Quenra outstanding game I Barcelona. I bet I'm one situation it is saying.
I bet
after the game no Olympic.
Looking good, but he's a tough guy. He's a players be or
yeah.
I to say Sisiri Kwabrafo. On only any different.